Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Three in the Key. After a little break, little all-star break for us, welcome back to the show. We have a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk about the Charlotte Hornets, man. They just snuck it to the play-in. It's been a while since they've been in the playoffs. Can they get there? Can they do anything significant? Then we'll talk about Jason Tatum, a real contender in the East, let's be honest. Tatum comes back to the 2 seed in Boston. How far can they go? Does that change the championship picture? And last but not least, Lakers not only get a win, Lakers getting a win isn't that rare, but the Lakers get a win over a good team. And they're on a 2-game winning streak without LeBron. What does that mean for their chances with and without LeBron? Are they better without the King? We'll talk about that, Joey. But first of all, my name is Kaim, and I'm the host that's kind of tipping my hand a little bit. I'm very scared of Jason Tatum. I'm very scared of Jason Tatum. I think the league has just changed. The league has just changed.
Dang, that's fair. What's up, y'all? I'm Jay. I've been watching a lot of the new Amazon show, and I don't know why Taylor Rooks have this effect, but Steve Nash was pop locking last time I saw. I don't understand. I don't know why she has that effect on former, current players. It don't matter, but hey, I respect.
Nah, he was, bro.
His back is falling off the bone.
He was going crazy, bro.
All right, that's funny. What's going on, guys? My name is Grant, and I'm the host who's ready for March, man. I know y'all boys aren't college basketball fans like that, but this means something to me. This means something to me. It's dang near the best time for hoops.
Yeah.
I dang near cry some days when I watch college hoops. It means something.
The silent tear, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, two questions on that, bro. I'm not going to derail this completely, but one, when does March Madness start? I'm out of the college hoops loop, bro. You got to put me on.
14th or 15th.
Oh, shoot. So we got a week.
Yeah, we got a week, but all of the conference tournaments are this week. So people are like getting their bids in the tournament.
And they near what up?
Way better than the big conferences, way better than the SEC and the Big Ten. The smaller conferences where it's one bid and it's dang near 10 teams, those are the ones that are most fun to watch.
Is dang near winning in?
Yeah, because the Big Ten's sending 9 teams. You don't have to win your conference tournament.
That's crazy.
But
all right,
the C-Sun is sending 1.
Second question is, what are the chances Howard gets in?
Bro, they're number 1 in the MAC, both women's and men's.
Dang. So they just gotta not get upset.
Yeah, bro, they gotta win their tournament, which is I'll be honest, 50-50.
Yeah. I mean, bro, one and done is hard out there.
One and done.
Yeah.
One and done. But I think they have a bye or two because they're number 1.
Every time I check my phone, they do like they're winning, and they look like they're winning by about 20. When I check,
the women's are way better than the men. The women's went 12-1 in their conference, so something crazy. So we'll see.
All right, bet. This man just got us right for March Madness. We might have to bring it to the show. But today, we're going to talk about Charlotte, man. So Charlotte, they just lost a game. So excluding the game they just lost, they were 16-4 in their last 20. They had a 10-game road winning streak, which was actually the longest road winning streak in the league since the KD Warriors. So that's crazy. Obviously, they had won 6 in a row. And all that for a drop of blood, like Thanos would say. All that, and they're currently sitting at 10th in the East. But 10th, that's the play. Why are y'all laughing? They're sitting at 10th in the East. They're only a game and a half behind the Hawks for 9th. So, we got about 15 games to finish the season. The question I have is, I guess before I ask if they can win a first round series, do y'all expect them to make the playoffs? Do y'all expect them to, if they're in that 9-10 game, win at least one of their playing games to get that 7 or 8 seed? Grant, have the Hornets impressed you enough to say you think they can do something into the playoffs?
Brothers, I'm grown enough to admit when I'm wrong. And I thought the Hornets would be poverty forever. I thought they would never get out of the slums. I thought they just, were born into a bad rap. But
it's hard to make it out.
And I've watched them, and they've beaten good teams by a lot. They've beaten good teams on this run. So I think the Hornets can make the playoffs. I think I don't know how compressed currently right now those top 10, like 10 through 7 or 10 through 8 is.
Yeah.
But they can make it probably to the 7th seed, 8th, 7th seed, and only have to win one playing game. So I think
That'd be ideal.
Unfortunately, for a poverty team like that, that's a win. That is a win. Make it to the play-in, and actually have a chance to play in the playoffs. So,
anything else on the Hornets, Grant? Before we pass that joint over to Jay.
No. I just think they're playing good basketball right now, and their offenses looks really good.
Yeah,
but I think it's also their defense as well. I think they have one of the top defenses as well. I didn't think it was going to be, all the Hornets needed was a white boy. Who knew? They had all these jailbirds. All they needed was a white boy to get the team going. So I'm happy. I think the league's good when Charlotte's good.
Yeah, I respect that. I wish that it happened sooner because I look at them now and I think they're actually better than all the teams that are around. I think the only team that you can make the argument for is the Sixers. But aside from that, that like 8 through 12 range, I think they're far superior than all the other teams, at least right now.
Yeah,
like at their best, they're far superior. And I think I realized that when they played the Spurs like a while ago, and they were playing the Spurs about even.
Yeah,
we respect the Spurs as one of the best teams in the league, so I was like, dang, I guess the Hornets really are up there, and that was like in the middle of their hot streak. So I was like, okay, we gotta take them seriously. Now I thought they were gonna fall off because they do have a lot of off the court issues, but it doesn't seem to affect them so far. So I guess we gotta respect them, and I hope they make in the playoffs. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, they're pretty safe to be in the play-in because they're 4 games ahead of the Bucks in the 11th seed. So there's like a good little drop off. They would have to be 4 games worse over like a 15 game span. But it's also going to be slightly hard to move up because, I mean, they're 4 games, again, another 4 games out of the play-in, like out of the 6th seed. They're 4 games behind the Magic and the Heat are tied for the 6th seed. So, if they stay really hot, they could do it. But obviously, we're having this conversation at the tail end of their hot streak. Like they've cooled off a little bit. They've lost a few games. They lost 4 of their last 10, but they've also, or maybe 3 of their last 10. But I know they've lost 2 in a row at least. So, can they catch Atlanta? Probably, but Atlanta's on a mini hot streak now. Atlanta just won their 6th in a row. So it's like, is that kind of fight? I'm not trying to play in the 9-10 game. If I were them, I would do everything I can to try to catch those Sixers for the 8th seed. Because it's Heat 7 seed, Sixers 8, Hawks 9, Hornets 10. I'm like, let's please get to the 7-8 game so that you can at least have 2 games to not get eliminated.
I'll be honest. I'm looking at their schedule, and their schedule is actually very favorable. They play the Kings twice, the Pacers, the Nets. Okay, they play the Pistons and the Celtics too, and then the Knicks. Okay, and the Grizzlies. So I feel like they have a pretty.
It's reasonable.
Not the hardest schedule ever.
Yeah.
I think they could if they sneak one of those games against the Celtics, the Knicks, or the Pistons. They might. Yeah. They could probably catch them.
Yeah. They're in a good spot. And either way, if y'all were the Hornets front office, would you want because they're looking at if they don't make the playoffs, probably like the 10th to 14th pick. They make the playoffs, that could go anywhere from 15 to probably 18. They're gonna lose in the first round. Would y'all rather, if y'all were if y'all were the GM, would you want them to get into the playoffs or would you want them to lose and goddamn get to the lottery?
The Hornets?
I think I want them to get to the playoffs.
You want them to miss?
They've had
No, I'm asking.
I feel like they've had enough draft picks now where they're at that point where we should start seeing them be successful. So
develop.
They should get into the playoffs. Yeah, they developed. They got an actual squad now. I think now's the time to see what they can do in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, we'll pay attention to it. We'll talk about it. If the Hornets do something crazy, that'd be crazy. I'm making this one up off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they haven't been to the playoffs since Kemba Walker. So it's been some time. And now let's jump up to the top of the East. So Boston was, I'll say, surprising me, and I think surprising a lot of people, but probably not everyone, given, some people don't really respect how the East is made up. But they were the 2 seed, and Tatum has come back, which is already a surprise because he's younger, obviously. But Lillard, for example, tore his Achilles or tore his ACL, I don't remember which one, before Tatum. A couple weeks before Tatum, he had the same injury, and he's already ruled out for the year. It's normally, people say it's about a year injury. Obviously, Halliburton's not coming back, but he tore his about a month after or a few weeks after Tatum. I guess we could kind of you could talk about if you're surprised that Tatum's come back, and then also how do you think it's going to impact the Boston team that was already the 2 seed without him? They just beat Charlotte, actually, funny enough, by 20. So what do you think, Jeremiah? How are you thinking about the Celtics going forward?
They're always at the top of the East these days, and they were doing that without Tatum this whole year. And honestly, Tatum looks good. He looks good. I'm not high on Tatum or anything, I'll be honest. But he looks good. He looks almost normal. There was a few times where it looked like he hesitated shooting-wise. Bro, he was elite. He was elite. It's normal. He was normal.
He was knocking that down?
He might have moved, he was knocking down. He might have moved a little bit slower, but he was about the same. And adding him to that Celtics team, especially while the Pistons are sliding right now, they might make that push for that 1 seed. Actually, they probably will get the 1 seed, if I'm being real.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Wow. You think they're going to get the 1 seed?
The Pistons are sliding right now.
Back. Okay.
Yeah, Pistons lost 4 in a row.
Okay.
Actually, before you go, Grant, one correction on my part. I got confused. The Hornets won against the Celtics. The Celtics beat the Mavericks, and then they beat whoever they beat last night. The Cavs. They beat the Cavs and the Mavericks. They lost to the Hornets. So correction on my part. But Grant, what do you think about the Celtics?
The Celtics are always good, and the props has to be given to Jaylen Brown for keeping the team.
Yeah.
To the 2nd seed.
Yeah.
I think in some ways, there's been a lot of talk about Jason Tatum's legacy and all that. In some ways, it does hurt his legacy because it's like, dang, the Celtics team is still good without you. So, but I don't know. Something in my gut makes me feel like, yes, they'll be good. Yes, they'll still stay that top 2, top 3 team in the East. But they may just not be as good with Tatum on the floor. Like, there is one basketball. One person's got to score. And I don't know if Tatum said, this is Jaylen Brown's team, whatever. But I still think in the back of your mind, there's going to be a joust for that A spot. And I think we'll have to see it in real time as we go into the playoffs. Of course, Tatum, shooting is elite. His defense and, his movement still has some time to come back. I mean, you got to trust your body. Mm-hmm. And it takes probably another month to even more than that, probably a month or 2 to trust your body.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll see how it goes going into the playoffs. But, of course, everyone says the Celtics are a championship team. I don't know. I'm priming them for an early round exit. Or, not one, but maybe 2nd round exit. Surprising.
I mean, they lost in the 2nd round last year. No, obviously, Tatum got hurt. But when Tatum got hurt, they were about to be down 3-1. Tatum got hurt in Game 5 and they were losing. So, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I just don't agree. I do not agree at all.
Especially if they get the Raptors or the Hornets or the Cavs in the 2nd round, I think that's gonna be a good series. Maybe less the Hornets, but the Raptors and the Cavs, I think that'll be a good series.
I think so if the playoffs started right now, obviously the play-in complicates things, but they would have the Heat round 1. Assuming they win, they would have the Knicks round 2. And I don't think the Knicks would be sweet. The Knicks beat them again. The Knicks beat them last year. I think the Knicks are actually solid. I don't know why they've had such an up and down regular season. They had a month or 2 long cold streak, and so they're kind of stuck even below Boston. But what impresses me about Boston, to your point, Grant, and Jaylen Brown, is that I don't think there's many teams that if you take 1A, 1B, but even if you take their 2nd best player, there's not a lot of contenders besides gosh darn OKC and Boston, probably, that if you take their 2nd best player for the whole year, and then the funny part is a lot of people argue their best player for the whole year, they would still be the 2 seed in their conference. So I feel like, honestly, hats off to Jaylen Brown, hats off to Joe Mazzulla. They've just done a good job. They have a well-oiled machine in Boston, bro. It's plug and play. So I thought about what you said about Jason Tatum coming back might actually disrupt them because they're already winning. They were 40-20. So or whatever they were. They were 41-20. Yeah, 41-21. I thought, it's going to disrupt them. And I think it even might a little bit. I just think it's the machine, bruh. All he has to do is be a cog in the wheel. I will agree with you on the legacy thing in terms of how individually great people look at him as, but I don't agree on what it means for the team. The team is elite, and they've already proven they can they can do it through the noise. I mean, they won a championship 2 years ago with people saying, oh, Jason Tatum's the best. Oh, Jaylen Brown's finals MVP, but Tatum was first team All NBA. Like, that's what it's going to be out there. They're actually that close, especially now that Tatum's hurt. I mean, obviously right now, Jaylen Brown's probably better. Jaylen Brown was an all-star. I think they'll be fine. In the back of their head, might it cause, some Kobe and Shaq stuff later on where one of them is like, yo, I got to get traded. I got to get my own team. The Kyrie and LeBron, maybe. But I think right now with Tatum coming back from injury, this is probably the only 2 months in his career where he'll be fine with Jaylen Brown taking the lead. He's going to sit back and goddamn cruise till they see the Pistons or the Knicks. I don't think any other team in the East is really going to even give them that much of a challenge.
Yeah?
Cavs, bro. Shoot. The Cavs. The funniest part is, bro, if you ask me who I was cheering for in the East, I would actually say the Cavs. As a fan, like, I want Harden to do well. I like Donovan Mitchell, but I can't trust him anymore. They've been a top team the past 2 years, and they've done nothing.
That's fair.
They've done nothing, bro. Last year they were supposed to be like OKC. They were up there record-wise with OKC, and I just feel like when the lights get bright, bruh. And now they have Harden, who sadly, when the lights get bright, when the lights get bright for Harden, bro, he might give you a gosh darn 2 for 13. Yo, but all right, so. Dang near Grant doesn't believe in them. I believe in them a whole lot. Jay, are you in the middle, or do you agree with one of us?
Yeah, I guess I'm in the middle. I mean, I respect them. I think that I also want to see Jaylen Brown win MVP because with the new 65 game rule, there's only so many players that are gonna hit that threshold, and he's one of them. That's one likely to hit it.
Jay, you think MVP?
He's the way things are going. He'll finish top 5 in voting.
He probably will.
I agree.
He probably will.
So,
if they catch, I think it'll almost be a record thing. Because I do think if the Pistons get the number 1 seed, that Cade has a better chance. And then obviously those 2 monsters in the West, bro. But they might miss. SGA and Jokic are both this close to missing, bro. So if you can clear SGA and Jokic, that definitely opens up the award. I didn't even think about that. We got to talk about that next episode. The MVP is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think Luka's this close, too. I think Luka's really close. All right. Speaking of Luka, accidental segue right there. We're going to talk about the Lakers. So, Lakers, with that win yesterday, just moved up to the 5th seed. 39-25 on the year. But their last 2, they're on a 2-game winning streak. And those 2 have been without LeBron. Now, one of them was the Pelicans. But the other one, or was it the Pacers? Let me not tweak. I don't remember. One of those P teams that's poverty this year. And, they went into New York, or New York came to LA, and they beat them. And they beat them pretty soundly. They're 13-7 without LeBron this year. They're 26-18 with LeBron. So, that's about the same percentage-wise, just about. But what we have seen this year without LeBron is we've seen Austin Reeves look like an all-star. And we've seen kind of, in my opinion, just the team maybe look a little bit more comfortable. Some people say it's because that's growing pains, and in the playoffs you want all your firepower, you want LeBron there, and y'all do those things. The record doesn't really say they're a bum team, like they don't have a losing record with them, but the big 3 just kind of, we don't know if it fits. So the big question is really just for this year, because LeBron's so old, you can't really think about the future. Would it be better for the Lakers if LeBron had an extended injury due to rest or absence? Do they look better without Bron, bro? I don't know which one of y'all has an opinion, which one of y'all wants to take that.
I think I wouldn't say that. Honestly, yeah, okay, yes, and that's because Austin Reeves steps up to a level that when Bron's on the floor, of course Austin Reeves is still good, but when Bron's off the floor, Austin Reeves actually makes up for it. He makes up for it, and Austin and Luka decide it's time to make up for it. And then the rest of the team plays defense. I think the team plays better defense when LeBron's off the floor. Unfortunately. The Lakers are really weird because when I watch I'm sad I don't trust them because they beat the bad teams and lose to the good teams.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
Winning like a good deep running squad. Each top 4 team in both conferences they lose to. I was just looking at their schedule, and anytime you see a team that's above that 4 seed, they lost to them.
Yeah.
So they beat the Bulls and the Wizards easily.
Yeah.
So I think they are better without Bron. I wish they weren't. I wish LeBron would play defense for real, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, and hopefully JJ is able to kind of figure that out as they go into the playoffs.
Dang. This man said, off with his head, bro. We don't want the king, bro. Get rid of the king, bro. Jay.
I love the king, but it's time, Bron. It's time.
What are you thinking, Jay? We seen him. The other thing that I forgot to add is that their record is about the same percentage wise, really, really close with or without LeBron this season. But their record, because Luka and especially Austin Reeves dealt with injury as well. So their record with Luka and with Austin, but without LeBron, is very high. It's very high. Their record, so
like 9-2?
Yeah, something like that. So what are you thinking, Jay?
Hey man, I see what Grant's saying, and it makes sense. But at the end of the day, do you know why it doesn't matter? Because you have to play LeBron, so it doesn't matter. They have to they have to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sure,
that's what's detrimental about it.
I'll say you're right, but they gotta play LeBron, so they better figure that shit out. Like, I mean, if Austin Reeves is more comfortable when Bron's off the floor because he's like, okay, that means there's more on me. That's a mentality thing with him. That's where JJ needs to be like, listen, like you and Luka are the future of this team. Bron's here to help you guys like grow. Like I'll tell him to be more of a facilitator. He'll be a pass first guy. I also think that LeBron, he like kind of is a pass first guy, but like at certain times when the offense stalls out, that's when he does like dumb stuff. And if he's not hitting shots, then like the offense looks atrocious. But I think that it is important for him to be pass first, and it's okay. He already lost a 10-point per game streak, so who really cares anymore? Just pass the ball. Pass the ball. Let them do their thing. Let them not be afraid. Because sometimes Luka doesn't take shots, and you're like, we've seen you take crazier shots than that, bro. Just shoot the ball.
Yeah, bro. Luka's been hesitating on the guys during game winners this year. I don't know what's going on with that, bro. Luka's on the Lakers team, there's literally 3 players that have taken shots in the last 10 seconds to tie or take the lead. LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. Luka has not attempted one shot under 10 seconds to tie or take the lead this whole year. It's something a little bit odd about that. But they have a great clutch record, so, What up, Jay?
I was going to say, I think that DeAndre Ayton getting humbled helped also. He said they're trying to make me into Clint Capella. The league
and everybody cooked him.
Bro, you should be lucky to be Clint Capella. You should be grateful to be Clint Capella.
Everybody cooked him, bro. They said, "Yo, we had prime Clint Capella. Life would be amazing. We would trade you straight up for 2018 Clint Capella, bro." Hey, look, man. I don't think they're better without LeBron James. But what hurts me as a LeBron fan is that I think it's arguable. Like when I hear people say it, I don't think it's crazy. But this is my argument for it. I don't think they're better without LeBron. I think they're better with only 2. I think their 3 best players don't fit. So I think if you take any 2, like if Bron misses time, if Luka misses time, less Luka to be honest. If Reeves misses time, then what happens is you're starting 3 players when you have your 3 best players that don't play defense. And I just think the league today is not a league like that anymore. Everybody can dribble, shoot, pass. There's not a scrub, or not even a scrub, but just like a post player like Zach Randolph. Like I think if LeBron could guard Marc Gasol or old Marc Gasol or Zach Randolph, then we might be straight. But the issue is it's not that anymore. It's not that, bro. These bigs these days are shooting. They're knocking that down. They're dribbling. Karl-Anthony Towns is dribbling from the perimeter all the way in. It's too hard. It's too hard to hide 3 players on defense. And I think Austin Reeves actually is a good defender in terms of he's a good effort defender. He's just smaller and less athletic. Ron has the athleticism, but he doesn't have any of the drive or energy to continue to play defense. And then Luka. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't mind. Luka gets blown by, of course, all the time, but I don't even mind that. What I mind about Luka, bro, is the arguing with the ref. And arguing with the ref while not during the timeout. If you want to argue with the ref and get a tech in the timeout, all right, bro, do you. But while the play is going. And so I think what happens is this is my argument. I don't think they're better without LeBron basketball wise. Like I think you could draw up better plays. Things are okay. But I think they look a little better without 3 horrible defenders, and let's be 100% honest, 2 very lazy leaders. I think it's extremely hard to win when you have your best 2 players are lazy. Because how can you really hold everybody accountable if Luka and Bron aren't even getting back? Like Luka and Bron, bro, they don't get back, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually like, as a basketball fan, I don't like watching it sometimes.
Yeah, they're not. That brings down team chemistry, especially like because at that point, then you're just trading buckets for buckets. And again, we've talked about the Lakers' offense isn't consistently good enough for them to.
Yeah, they would have to be. Which sometimes I wonder why their offense isn't better. I do wonder why. I wonder, like, shouldn't they have a better offense in the same or worse defense? I understand that, but with Luka, Bron, and AR and Ayton, who we're laughing at because he deserves to be laughed at, but it seems like they should have a better offense, bro. They should be able to score basically at will.
I have 2 points, Kaim.
What up?
I have 2 points to bring up. First, I'll be honest, brother. I was kind of shaking my head because I think between the duo of LeBron and Luka, LeBron and Austin, Luka and Austin, I think the best duo on the floor is Luka and Austin. I actually think LeBron on either side is the best duo.
Dang. Both sides.
I think LeBron and Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves are a worse duo than Austin and Luka.
Than Luka and Austin?
Offensively, the numbers show it. I don't know about defensive metrics, but offensively, yes. Actually, I have 3 things. My second thing, they had Luka's like defensive rating, and it's average. Like, he's not a negative on defense. Like, he's a slightly negative.
It's been okay this year.
Yeah, but he's been average. He's blaming Luka's defense, but they say it's not really him. And thirdly, bro, you said if Brian could guard Marc Gasol or Zach Randolph, I'll be honest, bro. I think Zach Randolph and Zebo would give Brian buckets.
No, bro, he would give him buckets. But LeBron would be there. Like, he's not gonna get
slower.
Yeah, he's not gonna blow by him. I mean, because that's like Jokic. Like, you're right. Like, Jokic would bust LeBron, of course, but his, like, at least he could stay in position and just bang in one spot.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay.
No. I'm not disrespecting Zebo. Zebo's an all-star. Zebo is probably right under Hall of Fame. He's like that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think that the best duo is Luka and Austin. So,
well,
and I think the Lakers know that.
Even I agree that with 2 out of 3 on the court, I feel like they look a little bit more comfortable. And so, if you think that LeBron is the worst of the 3, then I understand your take. I still think, even with all this other stuff, even with what Austin was doing at the beginning of the season, if you get into a physical playoff series, you want Bron, bro. You do want Bron. The only thing is, he has to trust his jumper. He has to trust that joint. He even has to be willing. I never thought I'd be saying this, but he even has to be willing to clank that joint multiple times. He has the guy to step into the open jumper, because I've noticed Austin too, since he's been back from injury, they get the open 3, they hesitate a little. They get the open 3, they hesitate. The only person who's not hesitating is Luka. And Luka will shoot that joint, bro. Not open at all.
Luka
he's letting it fly.
Some of the worst threes, bro.
Bro, I trust him now to the point where if Luka's wide open, I don't know if it's going in. But if Luka takes a crazy shot falling out of bounds, goddamn, launching himself into the front row, that joint's probably going in. That joint's going in. All right, bruh. Y'all got anything else on this, bro? How the Lakers looking?
I think the boys are getting ready for the playoffs. I think it's playoff time. I'm getting excited.
Yeah. Me too.
I think it's gonna be an interesting playoffs because OKC isn't as dominant as they were before.
Yeah. The Spurs are actually up there. The Spurs are actually up there. The East is so OD, bruh. Like, the East is so OD. The record between the 3 seed and the 6 seed is basically the same. Like, it's insane, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, would anybody be shocked if the Timberwolves won the West? Not really, but it'll probably be the Thunder or the Spurs. But I mean, the Nuggets are the 6th seed. You don't want to see the Nuggets.
The Nuggets are the 6th. What happened?
Yeah. They've had a lot of injuries.
Jokic has been back.
Bro, Jokic is hooping too, bro. That's a crazy hoop. It's gonna be a good playoff.
Trailblazers are gonna be in the play-in.
Bro, Trailblazers are straight. They were good at the beginning of the year.
The Clippers are better than those teams they're with, bro.
Clippers, I don't know, bro. Clippers better than the Warriors and the Suns?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nah,
the Clippers
bro.
Probably, if they didn't have such a horrible start, they'd probably be a 5 or 6 seed.
No, that's true. I mean, they did have like a 4-16 start or something insane.
Yeah, bro, they're like 6-21.
Yeah. That's OD. Yo, all right, man. We appreciate y'all sticking around for another great episode. As you guys know, we're on YouTube. We're wherever you get your podcasts. Share the show with somebody, like, subscribe, argue with us in the comments. And We'll see y'all next time. If I get this music, I can get this music. All right. Peace.
Powered by Riverside.